What's the point of an all-digital console? And in Microsoft's case, why sell an all-digital, weaker machine? Not only is the Xbox Series S more powerful than you think, it's the ultimate companion to Microsoft's Game Pass program, which now includes EA Play. Today, we're here to talk about the streaming future of video games and why the all-digital next-gen consoles are actually genius. Streaming video games has had a bad reputation for a long time, with gamers complaining about poor quality and awful response times. Google Stadia, the biggest name in game streaming today, has largely flopped, doing no great service for streaming's image. However, streaming is here to stay and is going to play a huge role in the next generation. Coming up, we're going to take a look at all the major players in the streaming world and talk about how the upcoming Xbox Series S and all-digital PS5 are going to push video game streaming into the mainstream once and for all. If you haven't kept yourself in the loop vis-a-vis the next-gen consoles, we'll fill you in. Alongside Microsoft's Xbox Series X and Sony's PlayStation 5, will launch two cheaper consoles without 4K Blu-ray drives. For Microsoft, this is the $299 Xbox Series S, and for Sony, this is the all-digital PS5. On Microsoft's end, the Xbox Series S will have the same CPU as the Series X, though it will be clocked 200 MHz slower. 10 GB of GDDR6 versus 16 GB, and an appropriately lower memory bandwidth. 512 GB of storage as opposed to a full terabyte, and a GPU half the power of the Series X's. Accordingly, the Series S will retail for $299, while the Series X will cost $499. As for Sony, the all-digital PS5 is simply a PS5 minus the 4K Blu-ray drive. So the Series S is a whole different class of product, while the PS5 all-digital is another model of the PS5, much like the PS4 had different models with different storage capacities. However, most consoles are saving more than just the cost of a Blu-ray drive. First off, by removing one of the few moving parts from the system, the failure rate goes down and the average cost to service the console goes down as well. But more importantly, by taking away the disk drive, now you or whoever comes to own the console after you will be forced to pay the console manufacturer directly in order to download games. Both Microsoft and Sony make more money per sale from a digital product as opposed to a physical product. As you might expect, there's a lot more overhead when it comes to actually creating things that exist in the world. You'll also have to sign up for the console's online service, and whoever picks up the console if you decide to sell it or trade it in will themselves have to sign up for the service. In short, by taking away people's ability to bring whatever games they manage to find in the bargain bin at GameStop with them, an all-digital console stands to save a lot more money for the manufacturer than just the cost of a drive, because they're locking you into their ecosystem where you can be advertised to, and where there's just one place to buy games. Streaming is a key part of these savings, because fundamentally streaming is a budget technology. If you want the best gaming experience, it's always going to be running the game on hardware you own. And that hardware is more often than not going to be a PC. Since both the all-digital PS5 and the Series S are going to be cheaper than their more premium counterparts, the streaming service dovetails nicely with this class of products, as the buyers of them are likely not to be too concerned with the fact that they won't be having the best gaming experience they could possibly have. This means there's built-in incentive to sign up for a streaming service if you buy an all-digital console, because the best way to make sure you get your money's worth is by leveraging your device's most unique feature. And by streaming games instead of purchasing anything at all, you save a lot more money than you would by purchasing games digitally or even buying them in the store, depending on the service. Since streaming is going to be a big part of the appeal of the cheaper next-gen consoles, it's time to take a longer look at the world of streaming video games. Many smaller, more niche services exist out there on PC, but the major streaming players today are Microsoft's Game Pass, Sony's PlayStation Now, and Google Stadia. Let's start with Game Pass, which comes in three flavors: Game Pass Ultimate for $14.99 a month, Game Pass PC for $9.99 a month, and Game Pass Console for $9.99 a month. Both Game Pass Ultimate and Game Pass PC currently offer the first month for $1, while the previously mentioned prices don't reflect any sales or promotions Microsoft may be running. All the different versions of Game Pass give you access to over 100 games. New releases which are regularly added, Xbox Game Studio games on day one, and member discounts and deals. Game Pass Ultimate also includes exclusive perks, in-game content and partner offers, The ability, as of September 15, 2020, to play games on your Android phones and tablets, and it includes Xbox Live Gold, which normally goes for $9.99 a month on its own. EA Play is also now part of Game Pass Ultimate and Game Pass for PC, so all of EA Play's games will be available to Game Pass users as well. Sony, on the other hand, keeps their service PlayStation Now a lot simpler. Sign up for PS Now and you're entered into a 7-day-long free trial, after which you will be billed at $9.99 a month. You can stream over 800 PS4, PS3, and PS2 games to either your PS4 or PC, while support for the PS5 will come later, and games can be streamed in up to 720p. Google Stadia is a bit more confusing on first glance. Google Stadia, the service, is actually free to use to stream games up to 1080p 60fps with stereo sound, assuming you have access to a supported device, like certain Android devices, the Chromecast Ultra, or a PC. The catch is that you have to buy your games at full price on the Stadia store anyways. If you sign up for Stadia Pro for $9.99 a month, you'll get access to a collection of free games instantly, as well as new titles added every month, plus the ability to stream in up to 4K HDR with 5.1 surround sound. The problem with Google Stadia, by and large according to its users, is that the streaming itself isn't as good as it was advertised, works on fewer devices than was promised, and doesn't offer much of a value in terms of its library when compared to PS Now or Game Pass. There's a key difference between these services though, and while hugely important, it can get lost in all the details of a variety of video game subscriptions gamers now have to choose between. Microsoft's Xbox Game Pass service isn't actually a streaming service. If you've been scratching your head wondering why we're talking about streaming and Game Pass when Game Pass streaming has yet to come out of beta and is such a small part of the program, here's why. Game Pass does everything Google Stadia and PS Now does, but better. And it does it while letting gamers actually download games to their PC or console and run them locally instead of on the cloud. Game Pass is, right now, simply the best deal in the history of video games. For $15 a month, you get access to over 160 games, counting EA Play games. And this regularly includes big new releases. You get tons of extra content, rewards, and deals, and you get Xbox Live too. Most importantly though, you can download and play these games on your Xbox or on your PC, and soon you'll be able to stream them to Android devices as well. Playing games on your own hardware is still today more responsive than the best streaming experience out there. With Game Pass, it's not hard to enjoy that responsiveness for cheap. What's more is that the Xbox Series S is a staggering value itself. And when coupled with Game Pass, this combination is a viable alternative to the PS5 or even a gaming PC because of sheer value. The Xbox Series S, you see, may seem underwhelming at first, but this has much more to do with marketing. And by marketing, we don't just mean with the Xbox Series S. Over the past couple of years, 4K gaming has awkwardly shuffled into the limelight and become the de facto identifying characteristic of next generation. It's been the term marketing departments across the world have been pushing to sell their games' graphical prowess. This doesn't make a lot of sense for a few reasons. First, the vast majority of gamers out there don't have 4K screens. Second, the benefits of 4K in terms of visual perception and average viewing distance are only worthwhile on screens 27 inches and up, which make up only a percentage of the already small market of people with 4K displays. This minimum size is larger if you game on a TV and sit further away from the screen than you might with a monitor. Third, the resolution increase from generation to generation in video games is completely arbitrary. Nobody mandates games need to run at a certain resolution to be of a certain generation. With that in mind, consider the jump from 480p or standard definition to 720p or high definition, which is roughly double the pixels. Consider the jump from 720p to 1080p or full high definition, which is roughly double the pixels. Now consider the jump from 1080p to 4K or Ultra HD, which is roughly 4 times the pixels. Who asked for this enormous jump in resolution? Nobody! Why didn't games move to 1440p or quad high definition, which is roughly an 80% increase in detail, when 1440p screens are cheaper and faster than 4K ones and perfect for a range of small to medium screen sizes? Who knows? Nonetheless, the Xbox Series S is every bit as next-gen as the PS5 and Series X, in the sense that every game they play, the Series S can play. The Series S has the benefit of next-generation storage, graphical, and processing power too. The only difference is that the Series S will target 1440p at 60 FPS and up, instead of 4K. This resolution will be an enormous leap in quality for gamers coming from 1080p systems. and the frame rates across next-generation games will be higher than they have ever been in the history of console video gaming. Most importantly, all of this is available to anyone with $299 and $15 more a month. Or, thanks to Microsoft's incredible financing, both the Xbox Series S and Game Pass Ultimate are available for no upfront cost and a mere $24.99 a month for 24 months. What's your take on the all-digital console? How do you think streaming is going to play into the next generation of games? Let us know in the comments down below. And for more videos just like this one, make sure to subscribe to us here at The Gamer, and ring the notification bell to stay up to date with all our latest videos. Thanks for watching.